Hello everybody, my name is RandoDoesThings, and we're at a crossroads. Rec Room is gone, and I've finished editing up all the videos for Rando Runs Through Rec Room Rooms. If you haven't seen that, check the playlist tab on my YouTube channel. So, where do we go from here? You know, I could just quit doing YouTube and move on with my life, or I could play Roblox or something. But honestly, Roblox isn't even that promising. It's probably gonna follow in suit in like a couple years. Regardless, I'm here to give you an update for the future of Rando Does Things, because I'm that impactful to all of you, and all of you guys are just shaking in your boots, just frothing at the mouths to learn where we're gonna go and what's gonna happen. Because I'm that important to all of you. Also, a couple quick little notes. I am in Meownet right now. I'm not somehow still on Rec Room, because I know I'm going to get those comments. Even with me saying it, I'm probably still going to get those comments. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't really remember what it was. So we're just going to power through. First off, where am I going? Because I still want to do Rec Room content, but there's so many different revivals that it's just kind of completely divided the fandom into multiple different little sectors. So where am I going? For the longest time, I was very set in my ways that... Oh, wait, I remember. The other thing, I don't have a streamer cam, so I'm poor, and I don't have a computer with 2 monitors, so we're just talking to the dorm room mirror. Yeah. Very unfortunate, I know, but it's the best we got. As I was saying, I've been a very big Radium guy. I've really liked how professional they are, just the way that they run their Discord server and the game itself. However, they're gone on hiatus and they have no ETA for their return, so we have no idea how long it'll be until they get back, which is terrible for content creators like me, not just on YouTube, but like for games in that kind of space. So, that sucks. So in the meantime, I've actually ended up working with a group called Loom Productions on Meownet, right here. And they're the whole reason that I'm actually on Meownet. I tried it out with my sibling, and I didn't really care for it at first, but once I actually started messing around with the creation tools, I actually kind of ended up liking them. There were a lot less bugs that I ran into than in Radium, so I'm kind of interested in Meownet. On top of this, whenever Radium was, still online, they had anywhere from 100 to 300 concurrently online players. However, Meownet, they often have 1,000, which is crazy! I mean, they have less people in their Discord server, but they have way more concurrently active players. So that is... wow! I personally am not entirely sure why this is, but the big thing that I'm seeing around is that's because they do not require you to make your account on their Discord. You don't even need Discord to play Meownet. Meow. Okay. You don't even need Discord to play Meownet. You can just install it off of the Meta Thor and play it from there, which is kind of a rarity for all these Rec Room revivals. Whereas Radium, you need the Discord to do anything. Well, needed, past tense. However, I'm still tied to Radium. You see, before they went on their indefinite hiatus, I had ported my data to them because they were one of the only revivals to have a feature where you could import your data from Rec Room to Radium before the shutdown happened. And there were a lot of issues leading up to the final day with the importer, and I was just barely able to squeeze my import through. Now, I won't know if it actually succeeded, because they had the, if I remember correctly, they had the Radi.app, their version of RecNet. They had that website down, the day leading up to the shutdown, because, I don't know. And that was how you would see the progress of your import. And since I couldn't see it, I didn't know if it actually went through or not, because it was a very common thing for these imports to fail. And normally the bots that were doing the importing, they were able to resolve their issues and actually get it through. But since I was so late and just barely able to squeeze my import through the cracks, then I don't know if they actually fixed it, if it failed, if it failed. because, well, at this point, they had so many imports that they were trying to do that if one were to fail, they just were to drop it and keep going. So I don't know if my data's actually on Radium, and I won't know until they come back, which sucks. Now, if my data is on Radium, then I'm probably going to be there, because, I really wanted to do a remaster of my biggest game, Before the Fire, fan game of Lily's Revenge. If you somehow don't know me, then that's kind of what I'm known for, because I'm kind of a big deal around these parts. If my data isn't on Radium, then I will definitely consider staying on Meownet. I love the creation tools, I love the amount of players that are always online, and they also have a good chunk of player-made games that are completely original to Meownet, not ported from Rec Room, and I really like that. Not to say that Radium doesn't have those things either, but I feel like it has it slightly less. Another big thing is Enderlexio, the Enderlexio, oh my gosh. It depends on where he goes, if he goes anywhere. From what we can tell, he's definitely been toying with the idea of going to a revival, and he even made a community post saying if he were to go to one of those, then he would just remake Lily's Revenge, which is awesome, because, it's Lily's Revenge, oh my gosh! So wherever he goes, I think I will follow, unless it's like Vanadium. I'm not going to Vanadium, or Pizza Rec, or Requiem, or all of the other silly ones. I don't really want to go to the little ones. They're a lot less, stable. They don't really have their footing. Whereas the bigger ones, Radium, Vanilla, Stella, Meownet, they all have actual footing and structure and foundation and whatnot. So wherever Enderlexio goes, and if he goes anywhere, then I will follow him. If he doesn't go anywhere, then I will make my own decision. And I'm gonna kind of make my own decision. Then if he chooses to go somewhere, then I'll heavily consider moving to wherever he is. To wherever he is, if he's not wherever it is that I am. Wherever it is that I will settle, I will just continue making games. I missed out on a lot in Rec Room. I always wanted to make games, but I never really had the drive to do it. And now that I'm working with Loom Productions and have been noticed by the Enderlexio, then I'm really motivated, and I actually want to get good at this. But I missed out on the best time to do that, which was in from 2019 to 2023. It's the best time to make Rec Room games. These revivals are giving me a second chance to do what I've always wanted to do. And while it definitely will not be the same as Rec Room was, it's on those TikToks of all these revivals, people are always commenting, reheated food never tastes the same, or whatever. And while that is kind of cringy and overused, I definitely do agree with it. While it is Rec Room, it's not Rec Room. It's not Rec Room, and it never will be. And I don't think that these revivals should try to be Rec Room. They should be their own things. That's what I like with Meownet. They even redid the Rec Center to make it Meownet themed. It looks really good, by the way. I really like it. Continuing my game developer stuff will mean a full remaster of Before the Fire. I have some really good ideas that I'm so excited to actually put forth and make. This involves completely reworking the way that the Rando route ending was going to be, and adding a new mechanic to the Grim route ending, and a whole new ending. Yeah, inspired by something that Enderlexio said. Ender, if you know, you know. Then, of course, I will be picking up some of my older canceled games that either never got made or never got finished and published, like Rando Rescue. I like the idea of that, and I want to remake it with this new lore that I've came up with, and make it canon. There's also a couple other games that I'm interested in. I'm toying around with the idea of them, but I'm not going to say anything yet, because we'll see. Moving forward to my next big point, my life. I'm in high school, and I'm taking a lot of big classes. AP US History, one of them, and Honors Biology. Honors Biology doesn't sound that bad, but apparently at my school it is, because it's one of the most dropped classes that the high school's ever had. So that's kind of rough. And I've been in school for a week and a half now. We had like a half week for the first week of school. So in this time, I've definitely picked up on the fact that this year is going to be a lot less lenient than the years in the past have been. So I would not be surprised if things slow down. On top of that, I'm in my high school's theater program. I know, I'm a theater kid. Ugh, who would have guessed? With my first actual show coming up in October of this year, I'm going to have to rehearse a lot, because my theater program is like one of the biggest and best in my state, and they take themselves really seriously. So I have rehearsals mostly Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're actually like every day of the week, but for me, they're only Tuesdays and Thursdays, because right now I'm not like a huge character. So it's going to be a lot. And, you know, theater with rehearsals piled on top of bunches and bunches of homework and just dedication to school so I can get into a good college, because I'm poor. So it's not like I can actually pay my way through college. This is going to be a lot. That's what this is. So there's going to be less and less time for me to actually do stuff on Rec Room, which is terrible, because this is one of my biggest hobbies and passions. I've never cared about something as much as I do Rec Room. So it's really unfortunate that it died, and it's really unfortunate now that it's kind of being resurrected from the grave in multiple different ways. I won't really be able to play it as much. Now for my final point, this channel, Rando Does Things as a channel. I've always been a huge YouTube guy. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber from this high. Not this high, that'd be like an infant, but like, you know, this high. And, well, that's not saying much, I'm short. But, you know, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber as a kid. I really looked up to Markiplier. He was my favorite. And I don't expect to be, like, as big as Markiplier or anything. YouTube is just such a core part of my life. It's always been there. I've always been making videos. So I can't exactly just kind of toss it aside. So no matter what, I'm going to be making videos. I don't know what they will be, though. I don't think they'll be the same as my content before the shutdown, because before the shutdown, I was really just doing, like, random gameplay videos. Sometimes they'd be with my friends, sometimes not. And now I'm definitely more of a game dev-focused YouTuber. What with the shutdown and all, I went through a whole bunch of Ender Lexio's games under the impression that he was quitting. So I recorded them for him, and then he's like, oh, hey, I'm back. So I did that for nothing. But still happy to do it. And then I went through a lot of my games as well in Rando Runs Through Rec Room Rooms. So I'm definitely more game dev focused now. I'm not really in the more content creation, but as compared to game creation, which I guess is also content creation, but, you know. So on this channel, I figured you could expect more game devy stuff. Not really just me playing random games. There might be them occasionally, if I'm playing something with Jimby or Moshi or Sillies, which I really need to play with Sillies, oh my gosh. But most of the time, it's probably going to be like, maybe devlogs or something, or game announcements, or I don't know. I really don't know. Things are very uncertain. However, that doesn't mean that they aren't promising. So, that's what I have to tell you today. Where do we go from here? Oh, figure it out as we go. I have a couple ideas, but nothing concrete and solid. So, that's what's happening. If you're new here, I really appreciate it that you're actually watching this to the end. And for like my grand total, like 3 returning viewers. Hey Jimby. Hey, maybe Ender, I don't know. Hey Sillies. Hey guys. If you want to see fun, passion-filled Rec Room content from some random teenager, then definitely check out my stuff. And who knows, maybe you'll even want to stay in for the long haul. I want to hone my game developer skills and be the best version of myself that I can be. So, let's get this show on the road.